Namaskar. We are back again with another episode of Career Corner. As you know, every day we come with one episode focusing on one domain of career, and we have a guru, an expert, a stalwart in that subject talking to you about the evolution of that domain, the various aspects and specializations within it, the new futuristic things evolving, the types of skills or the type of attitude or aptitude required to make a mark in that, the corporate and social and research or academic use of that particular domain, and the future possibilities. All these about one single domain, and the domain we pick up today is that of electronics and communication in the field of engineering. And we have with us Dr. Dipak Kumar Ghosh, the head of the department Electronics and Communication, School of Engineering and Technology, Adamas University, West Bengal. Welcome to the show, Dr. Ghosh. Thank you. Thank you. And it's nice to have you here today. Electronics is a very interesting subject. We can't think of a life without electronics, right? Today, from the very early morning, the moment we start using a mobile phone, till the evening, till the night, whatever things we do, there is a role of communication, there is a role of electronics. So could you first speak on the impact of electronics and communication in daily life?
Thank you, sir, for querying the very nice question and giving the very good introduction of the departments. Before starting the daily uses of the electronics and the background history, first I like to say what is electronics and communication engineering.
Right.
Actually, electronics and communication engineering is a branch of field which deal the electrons and having enormous applications. In today's century, if we the humans are connected with the electronic device and circuits in the different forms, like you mentioned that mobile phones, televisions, radio, computers,
right,
which makes our life easier and enjoyable.
right.
Electronics and communication engineering also started from the involved in the rocket science to the telecommunication everywhere.
Right.
The area of electronics and communications expand in the other domains also, like medical electronics, like healthcare systems, like others domains also, like automobile things, industrial automation, and etc. So now I like to start that what are the history of the electronics. Actually, electronics we may call the electronics age will start during the invention of vacuum diode by the AG layers at the time of 1897. After that, the vacuum diode was developed by the Lay, and which are applicable applied for the amplifications of electrical signals. Then tetrodes, tube type of instrument will come, and which roll up to the Second World War.
Hey, welcome to Adamas.
My research is on my way. I am very much proud to be a part of Adamas University. Cricket is my passion and I am proud to be a part of Adamas University.
You have misused, I believe.
Hi, I am Deboshmita Biswas.
This is Kunal Kanti Maiti.
I am Srijoni Paul. This college has given me placement in one of the best companies in US staffing, which is Iconma. I am proud to be a part of Adamas University.
Pursue excellence. Adamas University.
There is no more intellectual pursuit of knowledge higher than the liberal sciences, which encompass physics, chemistry, mathematics, geography and psychology. Adamas University School of Sciences has seamlessly blended conceptual learning with practice and evolved BSc and MSc courses, leading to research, academic and corporate careers for the learners. Welcome to the wonderful world of sciences at Adamas University. Pharmaceutical technology is on the rise in India in particular and Asia in general. And newer research in medicine is modernizing the sector immensely. We in India have the fastest growing pharma sector in the developing world today. Adamas School of Pharmaceutical Technology, with its superb and detailed laboratory facilities, has one of the best pharma schools in the nation waiting to welcome you. With a 2% share of the India's GDP, the media industry is growing faster than India's GDP. And with the world's largest number of films and television channels, it is the national informer and entertainer. With more than 1,000 films a year, cinema is our soft power. News, entertainment, brand communication, we lead Asia in all. And a multi-skilled multimedia talent is being trained in the Adamas School of Media and Communication. With a 24-hour work culture, Adamas School of Management prepares professionals for marketing, human resources, finance, supply chain management and pharmaceutical management for the new Indian economy targeting $5 trillion annually. Close association with several top corporate houses and intellectual talent in the classroom, the school is proud to have one of the highest placement records in East and the Northeast India. A top-class hands-on engineering and technology education with high emphasis on soft skills, emotional intelligence, artificial intelligence learning, the Adamas School of Engineering and Technology is a trailblazing institute. It integrates learning in the classroom with the laboratory, workshops and the factories or the corporate offices. It is also associated with several universities in the world. It is important to be on the right side of the law and even more important to ensure justice for all. The Adamas School of Law and Justice firmly believes in this dictum. With moot courts, national and international seminars, debates and initiatives of various type, the law school offers integrated courses with BBA, BCom and BA as well, with different focus areas. Education today is changing the traditional chalk and talk method into new age experiential learning. New techniques like flipped classroom, case study method and increasingly higher component of learning by doing are changing the game. Also, evaluation processes are evolving from just semester end exam to continuous evaluation. Jury judge practical work, life projects and whatnot. Adamas School of Education prepares these new age teachers for schools and colleges of India. Global society of nearly 8 billion people with 1.3 billion in India is going through a churn. Be it politics, economics, history, society, international relations, or in the literary expressions. There are major movements, growth initiatives, new literary trends, and the social issues rising in various parts of the world. Hence, the need to have an in-depth, perceptive education of liberal arts which encompasses all of these. Welcome to the Adamas University School of Social Sciences.
ভালো রোজগার, কাজের স্বীকৃতি, স্বপ্নের চাকরি, এগুলোর জন্য কি শুধুই কঠোর পরিশ্রম যথেষ্ট? না, এটা পড়াশোনা এবং প্রফেশনাল ট্রেনিং এর একটা কম্বিনেশন। তাই যে এমন একটি কলেজ বা ইউনিভার্সিটি যেটা এই দুটোরই গ্যারেন্টি দেয়, যেমন অ্যাডামাস ইউনিভার্সিটি। এখানে ছাত্ররা শুধু পরীক্ষায় দারুণ নম্বরই নয়, সঙ্গে পায় দুর্দান্ত প্লেসমেন্ট এবং কর্মজীবনের প্রয়োজনীয় দক্ষতা। তাই আজই নিজেকে রেজিস্টার করো অ্যাডামাস ইউনিভার্সিটির অ্যাডমিশন টেস্ট, আর এগিয়ে যাও একটা উজ্জ্বল ভবিষ্যতের দিকে।
The electronics and communication field has evolved over last maybe 100 years or 200, 150 years that you would say. From which point did it start and what has been the phases in it? Let's say industrial revolution went through 4 phases. Industrial 1.0, 2.0, 3.0 and 4.0. Along these 4, how has electronics and communications also evolved? If you could speak on that.
If we consider the industrial evolutions one, actually that will actually start the use of the steams and other by replacing the human efforts and other things. That is called the industrial evolution one. Okay, and that bulk amount of productions will come at that time. So we may call that time that different type of tubes, that's been vacuum tubes, and the a basic of transistors was introduced. We consider that is that age, 1.0 age. After that, at the if we consider the industrial evolves in 2.0, in that stage actually that some kind of actually mass product or bulk products will started, production will started. So we may consider in the electronics field that the IC technologies and that bulk amount of IC will product at that time of stage, we may consider that. After that, if we consider the industrial evolution 3, actually that is actually the bulk amount of industrial productions will come at the same time that different type of controls will evolve, like PLC controls and programmable logics control and other that, where the computer application also start. That's been where the in case of electronics consider, we may consider the development of microprocessor, microcontroller, or the basic architecture of computer and the use of that microcontroller based system or like that. Then the industrial evolution 3 will come, which is actually maybe we consider that is automatic controls or that type of things will come actually, where we may use that the basic of the embedded electronics like that things, and which are used for the control of the production. That's when automation industry will already started there for the production purpose, and automatic controls also involved there. If we come to the industrial 4.0, actually it's involved that computer as well as the communication network system are used for the controlling purpose and other purpose like IoT system. So IoT that using the different sensors and the different sensor and the communication network, we are automatically control the different things. And if we go ahead actually, that's when if we think about the industrial evolution 5, that is actually the distribution control, the robust control of the IoT, that nanotechnology already start in industrial evolution 4, and embedded system, the application of robust application of embedded system already start industrial evolution 4. Then at the industrial evolution 5, the nanotechnology that right now industrial 4, we may consider that 5G communications also. In case of industrial evolution 5.0, we may consider the terahertz communications like that things, as well as that robust IoT based system control, that things also involved in industrial evaluation 5. We may expect that thing.
That is the history of movement of electronics and communications. And as we have found that the role of electronics and communications in our daily life is very integrated, very intensive. Moving ahead, electronics and telecommunications is a major part of the domain of engineering and technology. As we know that engineering is the process of applying science in specific context to solve problems, solutions, bring solutions, and the outcome of that process is a technology which is being used by the consumer at the consumer end. So in this entire domain of engineering and technology, where does electronics and communication figure? How significant is it as a part of the world of engineering?
Actually, everywhere, actually, if we say that everywhere electronics and communication involved in everywhere in our daily lives. So if we consider from our starting morning, that's in mobile things, the television and others, that's home appliance which are used for the consumer electronics purpose and other things that will involve with our daily lives. We can't think in a single day without the component of electronics and communication and that related device. Suppose if we consider we can it is very difficult for us to spend in a single day without mobile phones. Okay. So that are the actually the importance of electronics and communication engineering in our daily lives. So now if I give some statistics that's been how the electronics and communication engineering involved in the world basis and that the revenue will generated in the world basis. Then I have studied that if we consider the consumer electronics only, then the revenue generation for the consumer electronics in 2020 in the worldwide approximate 350 billion of US dollars. Out of that 350 billions of US dollars, so you think if the revenue generations only the 350 billions of dollars, and in India is the 5th positions where revenue generation for 2020 the amount is around 12 billion US dollars. So you think that if the revenue is that much, then the how much production will daily based production and that production will occur in the current scenario. So that is the only one part of the consumer electronics. So from this database it is clear that electronics, the roles of electronics and communication engineering in the market and driven a very effective, a very large amount in terms of other engineering field.
Hey, welcome to Adamas. My research is on my way. I am very much proud to be a part of Adamas University.
Cricket is my passion and I am proud to be a part of Adamas University.
I believe.
Hi, I'm Debosmita Biswar.
This is Kunal Kanti Maiti.
I'm Srijoni Paul. This college has given me placement in one of the best companies in US staffing, which is Iconma. I am proud to be a part of Adamas University.
Pursue excellence. Adamas University.
There is no more intellectual pursuit of knowledge higher than the liberal sciences, which encompass physics, chemistry, mathematics, geography and psychology. Adamas University School of Sciences has seamlessly blended conceptual learning with practice and evolved BSc and MSc courses, leading to research, academic and corporate careers for the learners. Welcome to the wonderful world of sciences at Adamas University. Pharmaceutical technology is on the rise in India in particular and Asia in general. And newer research in medicine is modernizing the sector immensely. We in India have the fastest growing pharma sector in the developing world today. Adamas School of Pharmaceutical Technology, with its superb and detailed laboratory facilities, has one of the best pharma schools in the nation waiting to welcome you. With a 2% share of the India's GDP, the media industry is growing faster than India's GDP. And with the world's largest number of films and television channels, it is the national informer and entertainer. With more than 1,000 films a year, cinema is our soft power. News, entertainment, brand communication, we lead Asia in all. And a multi-skilled multimedia talent is being trained in the Adamas School of Media and Communication. With a 24-hour work culture, Adamas School of Management prepares professionals for marketing, human resources, finance, supply chain management and pharmaceutical management for the new Indian economy targeting $5 trillion annually. Close association with several top corporate houses and intellectual talent in the classroom, the school is proud to have one of the highest placement records in East and the Northeast India. A top-class hands-on engineering and technology education with high emphasis on soft skills, emotional intelligence, artificial intelligence learning, the Adamas School of Engineering and Technology is a trailblazing institute. It integrates learning in the classroom with the laboratory, workshops and the factories or the corporate offices. It is also associated with several universities in the world. It is important to be on the right side of the law and even more important to ensure justice for all. The Adamas School of Law and Justice firmly believes in this dictum. With moot courts, national and international seminars, debates and initiatives of various type, the law school offers integrated courses with BBA, BCom and BA as well, with different focus areas. Education today is changing the traditional chalk and talk method into new age experiential learning. New techniques like flipped classroom, case study method and increasingly higher component of learning by doing are changing the game. Also, evaluation processes are evolving from just semester end exam to continuous evaluation. Jury judge practical work, life projects and whatnot. Adamas School of Education prepares these new age teachers for schools and colleges of India. Global society of nearly 8 billion people with 1.3 billion in India is going through a churn, be it politics, economics, history, society, international relations, or in the literary expressions. There are major movements, growth initiatives, new literary trends, and the social issues rising in various parts of the world. Hence, the need to have an in-depth, perceptive education of liberal arts which encompasses all of these. Welcome to the Adamas University School of Social Sciences.
ভালো রোজগার, কাজের স্বীকৃতি, স্বপ্নের চাকরি, এগুলোর জন্য কি শুধুই কঠোর পরিশ্রম যথেষ্ট? না, এটা পড়াশোনা এবং প্রফেশনাল ট্রেনিং এর একটা কম্বিনেশন। তাই যে এমন একটি কলেজ বা ইউনিভার্সিটি যেটা এই দুটোরই গ্যারান্টি দেয়, যেমন অ্যাডামাস ইউনিভার্সিটি। এখানে ছাত্ররা শুধু পরীক্ষায় দারুণ নম্বরই নয়, সঙ্গে পায় দুর্দান্ত প্লেসমেন্ট এবং কর্মজীবনের প্রয়োজনীয় দক্ষতা। তাই আজই নিজেকে রেজিস্টার করো অ্যাডামাস ইউনিভার্সিটির অ্যাডমিশন টেস্টে, আর এগিয়ে যাও একটা উজ্জ্বল ভবিষ্যতের দিকে।
You have spoken the significant amount of consumer electronics industry, which itself makes this particular domain of electronics and communication a huge part of engineering and technology of the world. Having understood that, where do you see it going next? As you said, in Industry 5.0, the focus shall be on IoT, Internet of Things, and embedded technology. And if I am not wrong, even VLSI also nanotechnology will also be there in a big way. So if we could talk on the future aspects of electronics and communication, what do these mean? How will they change the lives of the common people? What sort of impact will it have on society? If we could talk on that.
Actually, so that very good question actually. For this question, actually in future scheme that nanotechnology will come, at the same time that terahertz communications also come, and the IoT, the robust IoT applications will come. So that's actually, if we give one single example, then it will be clearly that when in future aspect how our life will be changed by the electronics and communication engineering. If we simply consider, we all know that our government taking the 100 smart city scheme actually. So if we consider the smart cities only, then in case of smart city, actually all the things inside the smart city we will be designed in such a manner that all the things will be in automatics in manner. So all the traffic will be controlled in automated manner, all the home appliance that will connected with the IoT things. Not only that, the healthcare system also will be the connected with the IoT thing. If one patient having some kind of problems, then the some type of sensors will be connected with that human body. At the each and every interval, maybe the within the interval of 4 to 5 hours, what are the health condition of the patient, that will be communicate with the nearest particular centers where the doctor will be the visualized, and if something is happened there, maybe some alarms will be coming on, then we may help that person a particular manner. At the same time that if we consider the city, smart city, consider there the water distribution will be the controlled by the IoT system. The electricity distribution also will be the controlled by the IoT system. So that kind of actually things will come with our daily lives, and which give more comfortable from our human lives, as well as there's been some kind of automatic assistance we may got from the nearest centers and thing. Always the physical assistance is not required. That kind of evolutions will come.
Great. That means interconnected systems, interconnected infrastructure will lead to a smarter home, a smarter city, and in effect more time in the hands of people to focus on more productive things in times to come. I appreciate that. You in the Department of Electronics and Communications, what sort of courses do you have? What are the courses that you have been having for a long time, and what new changes or rather novelty or niche areas are you bringing now?
Actually, our department will start in 2015. Earlier only one courses was there, that is the BTech in Electronics and Communication Engineering. So right now, based on the industry requirement and other things, we are always modify our scores based on the requirement of the industry requirement, and to minimize the gap between the academics and industrial need. So for this purpose, in regular manners, we are conduct the BOS, where the industrial member as well as the academician, good academician like IIT and NIT, we involve there to modify the course structures as like that. So for the current scenario, to adopt the current scenario and other things, we changes our course structure and in such a manner which will satisfy the current need of the industry and certain things. So in the basics course, we introduce STEM plus A course actually. That STEM plus A course actually means we have covered all the core subject which are included, the analog electronics, digital electronics, which is required for the as a electronics and communication engineering. In addition to that, we have added the collaboration and communication skill, design thinking, avant-garde projects, venture ideation, CSR activity, value and ethics, and some kind of the other multidisciplinary the project approach also will come. So if we give that additional thing that like collaboration, communication collaboration that improve the communication skill, that communication skills may be the how the student will represent his knowledge in front of some persons, in front of some other person, that things. Design thinking, they are able to think the new idea like that way. So, through the avant-garde project, they are started their project from the first year onward, and from the project avant-garde project a multiple team approach will come. So they are actually gather the knowledge how the team in a team how the work will be done. At the same time they are applicable their knowledge in the project base. So project based learning also will start. At the same time for the CSR activities like that, how the social, what are the social responsibility are required for, because all the graduate students, they are the actually backbone of the society. So that they should take some social responsibility also. So that kind of social responsibility also incorporate with the student.
That's another issue I will come. I am only asking specific question. You try to give all your knowledge. I am separately asking professional studies and corporate social responsibility. The question was only on the courses as programs as such. Eta edit korbe. Eta onek heavily edit hobe etar moddhe. So anyway, coming back, it's okay.
What are the courses?
Okay. I'll ask. Okay. You have already talked about the two programs. So what specific BTech, MTech did you have earlier, and what new BTech, MTech courses are you starting now? Okay. Talk about the programs as such.
Okay, program. So in earlier actually we have that BTech in Electronics and Communication Engineering as well as MTech in Electronics and Communication Engineering. That two program only runs. So right now we have introduced that BTech Plus programs based on the industry need. So some of the industry needs the specific knowledge in a specific domain. So to satisfy that things, we introduce the BTech Plus program. In BTech Plus program, two specialized program we have introduced. One is BTech in EC with specialization IoT and embedded systems, where we have give the additional knowledge at the field of IoT and embedded system with the basic BTech program. Another specialization program we have introduced in this year, that is BTech in EC with robotics, where we have given another additional knowledge in the area of robotics. So which some of the companies which are interested in the robotics, additional knowledge is required, students are able to join. They are actually have got the better opportunity and that type of things. And that IoT and robotics, that field also very emerging in right today's scenario. In addition to this, actually we have considered that BTech in EC actually not in today's scenario, BTech is in EC is not a fixed BTech in EC. They are actually they are having the opportunity in multiple domain. So we have introduced another two minor program, that is one BTech in EC with minor computer science engineering, another is BTech in EC with minor biotechnology. So in case of BTech in EC with computer science engineering, they are got a additional knowledge in the IT and programming field, which are help them to more job opportunity in the IT field, who are the like two things. And similarly, in BTech in EC with biotechnology, we have given the additional knowledge at the biotechnology area. So, they are able to join in different medical instrument, this type of biotechnology, that type of company. So, in MTech program, actually earlier it was MTech in Electronics and Communication Engineering. In this year, we have introduced another two specialized program. One is MTech in VLSI design, another is MTech in IoT and embedded systems. So, our MTech program actually designed in such a manner. Actually, our main focus was the student will be in research oriented, and they are capable to join in R&D section and of the different companies like that. And if some student is fascinated to the higher study, they are also able to go the higher study, that thing. So, based on that thing, our program, new program are designed.
Very well said, sir. This is good. The new programs really capture the mood of the evolution of technology, that orientation, the direction of the new technologies that are coming, particularly in VLSI and also embedded technology and IoT. So, yeah, moving ahead, there have to be certain value additions to engineering graduates. We have been seeing that more than 3,000 engineering departments, schools, colleges, universities are there in the country. Departments of engineering are there, or schools of engineering, but a large part of them are unemployable and unemployed. One is the economy is in crisis. The economy itself, there are challenges there, particularly post-COVID times, another issue, and we will talk on that later on. But apart from that, there are certain limitations of skill sets of youngsters who are passing out as engineering graduates from all over the country. So, what value additions are you giving to make the youngsters socially sensitive, professionally qualified, not just qualified, professionally competent, skilled, and career-wise focused? What value additions are you doing there?
Actually, this is a very good question for me. Actually, for Department of Electronics and Communication, to give the additional value, we have some kind of approach we have introduced in the department. Like we have offered the specialized courses like the BTech Plus courses, to give the additional value and additional knowledge to the students. In addition to that, we started the approach that is project based approach. Actually, so we give the Avagad project the first year onwards to students. So, that Avagad project actually right now we select 3 Avagad project, actually 3 schemes. So, student will select any one of them. One is smart city, another is automatic electric vehicles, and another is alien robots. So, student will choose at the first semester onwards, student will choose any one of that project. So, they at the same time they are learning their normal study, at the same time they are work the project, and they are familiar with the new technology of that. So, at the same kind their teamwork also grow out. At the same we have departments of, not only department, actually this is school actually introduce another program, that is Beautiful Mind, that programming for everyone. So, if some students are interested in the programming, so they are join and did that Beautiful Mind program, and they are some kind of their experience will be the gathered there, which will be applicable to got the job in different prospect of them. We have added the additional course like EQ, which give the, because some of the engineers also join the company and go to the managerial position. So, the EQ, some kind of basic knowledge of EQ is required as a BTech undergraduate student, which will help them actually. Not only this, actually our Department of Electronics having the student chapter, IT students chapter, and some so through this student chapter, students are connected with the professional society. At the same time, we are organized through student chapter and some kind of guest lecture, the different industrial person we invite them, and give organize some kind of workshop and some kind of lectures where the students are acquire the what are the newer technologies coming up and what are the current scenario of the technology, because one coursework we can't change it suddenly. So in this manner we may give the knowledge of the student what are the coming scenario in the world and what are the newer technology is going on, that kind of things actually.
Very good. So you have focused on the newer technologies, you have focused on their impact, you have focused on the programs that you have brought in, you have also spoken about the value addition that you are bringing in. Let's look at the industry. Which are the types of companies, some examples you can cite, which are the types of organizations that are employing or hiring the graduates of electronics and communication?
Actually, if we consider the graduate in electronics and communication engineering, actually electronics and communication engineering is a field where the multiple opportunities are available for the undergraduate student. If we consider the core electronics domain, core field like Motorola, Samsung, Bharat Electronics, other things also, they are different other BSNL and the Intel, that type of company absorb the undergraduate students electronics and communication engineering. So that is the core engineering phase. Also, if we see the current statistic in opportunity of electronics and communication engineering, so if we see that IT sector, around 25 to 30% of students are absorbed by the IT sector for the electronics and communication undergraduate student. So for the electronics communication undergraduate student having enormous scope and opportunity to join as a programmer with some basic knowledge of programming skill. If they know, if they having the knowledge of a basic programming, they are easily join as a IT sector, different IT sector like TCS, CTS, IBM, Infosys and others also. Electronics communication engineering also having the government sector's job, having the opportunity. So that government sector job may be recruited by the PSU examinations or the GATE examination like DRDO, ISRO, SAIL, etc. Not only this, they are also can join at the Air Force, Airport Authority, Railway, India Railway and different things. So not after that we make electronics and undergraduate student electronics and communication engineering, they may start up their own startup, because by utilizing their knowledge which are they gathers in during the study, utilizing their knowledge as well as some market study and some managerial skill, they can start easily their own startup. Like if we consider the sanitization, automatic sanitization. So maybe undergraduate student maybe start up to some company to design automatic sanitization and that kind of thing. Maybe utilizing some embedded kind of some home automation thing, that can be, they can started their own startup also. Not only this, they are having based on the other field also, electronics and communication engineering having the higher studies course, higher study scope, and
that's also a question. You know, what are the research possible? What is the research scenario in the department at this point of time? What sort of research is being happening? What infrastructure you have for research, and what is the research plan ahead? And in general, electronics and communication, some students might opt for higher education, research, PhD, and maybe academic job. So, what is the scenario nationally and globally in this field? From your department to beyond the department, what is the research scenario of EC?
Actually, they are having in the research, if we consider the global things, actually, the in electronics and communication engineering having a larger or broad area of research scope, like the nanotechnology, that's mean VLSI and nanotechnology area, having the signal processing, image processing and computer vision area, and having the scope of the IoT and embedded system in that area, having the scope of the communication communication area like the different antenna designs and other things, and 5G and wireless communication in that areas also. So it's in electronics and communication departments having the enormous research scopes. If I consider my department, actually in my department most of the faculties are younger and they are self motivated, and going the diversity area the research we carry out. Actually myself working on the signal processing and pattern classification, and 2 faculty working on the antenna design, two faculty working on the device and nanotechnology like
Very
that.
good.
In current scenario, our department having only 2 PhD scholars, but we are trying to take more number of PhD scholars. And not only this, actually our undergraduate student also motivated from the faculty. They are different research publication they are carry out during these sessions, also different IEEE conferences and other one IT conferences also carry out. So some of the students, like if I specifically mention that Tanmoy Chakraborty, he has published by self 5-6 IEEE conferences. Like robotics labs are involved, different our students are involved in the work on the robotics lab, and in robotics lab some kind of research also going on, and that they are published in regular manner some kind of publication in with the similar in addition with the faculty member also.
Yeah, now that's a very good development as far as research is being happening there. Internationally, what is the research scenario across the country? What is the research scenario of EC?
If we consider that international research scenario, so if we see that IEEE transaction and that body, then if we find out the number of publications in IEEE transaction and other reputed journal like Elsevier, Springer, then we easily it will be find out that maximum number of actually that a large amount of that publication is coming from the field of electronics and communication engineering, in the area of that signal processing, in the area of nanotechnology, in the area of IoT and embedded system, and that area we can find out that things actually from the if we search about the publications.
Right. Okay. Now that the students are deciding to take admissions across the country in the next 2 months, what sort of skill sets or aptitude do you look into a student, a learner, at the entry level when someone comes for electronics and communication specialization? What are the basic skills and aptitude you look for?
Actually, if someone is like to enter in electronics and communication engineering, actually the basics, that means science, that means in engineering, physics, and mainly the physics, mathematics and chemistry, that knowledge is required mainly, but the mathematics knowledge is most focused for the electronics and communication engineering, physics and mathematics. The chemistry knowledge is not that much required, but some basic knowledge is required. Actually that initial skill set is required. So student can appear our upcoming the aptitude test, AUAT aptitude test, and they can easily enroll in our department or in our school.
Great. So that's the skill set that you look for. Any message to youngsters who would be confused between different areas of engineering, what to take? What is the message you would like to give them from the as the HOD, head of the Department of Electronics and Communications?
First, I say all the youngsters, actually first you search that what are the different fields we will involve and growing up. So now you decide, because I have said that electronics and communication engineering, that several the IoT Internet of Things, that is IoT Internet of Things, that gigahertz communications, nanotechnology, that are the different emerging field in current scenario. So you have that very large opportunity if you join as electronics and communication engineering as an undergraduate program. But before that, I also request the student, you first decide yourself that what is you actually want, then you decide to join. So you see our course structure and others thing whatever available in our website, then you decide your career path.
Great. That's a great message from Dr. Dipak Kumar Ghosh, Head of the Department Electronics and Communications, School of Engineering and Technology, Adamas University, Kolkata, talking about call of your heart, understanding the syllabus and the approach of electronics and communication to take a decision whether to join the department or not. And a very important point that is brought, electronics is in every aspect of life integrated and infused with our day-to-day life, and it's moving towards a major development with the coming in of Industry 5.0 evolving from 4.0, where Internet of Things, smart cities and smart homes, smart campuses will be the reality, embedded technology will be the reality, and in many ways there will be design thinking integrated with electronics and communications. So in this scenario, the career of electronics and communication beckons you to an exciting path ahead. With this, we bring this session to an end, and we look forward to another domain, another day with another stalwart. Namaskar.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Namaskar.